Okay, well, just one quick thing. I realized that my settings here were reversed, so when I was hitting the left key it was going right, and when I was hitting the right key it was going left. So counterclockwise left arrow and clockwise right arrow. There we go. Okay, so let us now create the bullet or the missile or the arrow or whatever it is that you want to create. So again, we're going to go down here. And my suggestion is, you can create an oblong shaped missile, but the problem with that is, and I've run into this, is that if it's pointing in the wrong direction, and then when you set it to point in the right direction, it's going to go up long ways, which looks strange. So my suggestion is start out with just a round projectile, and then afterwards change it to suit your needs. So let's see, I'm going to choose something that is a very dark green, and I'm just going to make it round, and there it is, and I'll click OK. Now that's perfect size. Good, it looks good, and we can see it pretty well, so I don't need to make it larger or smaller. Okay, so we're on sprite number 1. I'm going to call it, let's just call it bullet. Okay, so let's see. What we're going to do then is first we're going to go up here to control, and we want to control, let's control with the up arrow. We have the left and right arrow, so we're going to keep our fingers in the same place. We'll say when up arrow is pressed, and we want it to go to one of the cannons. We're going to have it go to this one right here. So we're going to have it go to cannon 1. So I'm going to go to motion and go to, and we'll make another one for cannon 2 in a second. Cannon 1. Okay, so that's where it's going to go. Now we want it to point in the right direction. If you see right now, if it shoots, it's going to go in this direction here. Let me just zoom in so you can see it better. Oops. Right there. It's going to go in this direction, so we want it to actually be straight up and down. So if we go here, let's see if I can move this over a little bit. Point in direction. Here we go. I just want you to see it. So we're going to move this over, and we're going to say point in direction and 0 up. Okay, and I don't see that it's actually pointing up right now, but that should work for us. As you can see, 0 up. So we got it pointing in the right direction. The next thing we want is to have it sort of move outward, away from the cannon. We want it to start on the outside of the cannon, so we're just going to go right here, and we're going to say move 10 steps. If you set it lower than 10 steps, nothing's going to happen. I actually tried it. Okay, and then we're going to want to go back to control, and we're going to have it repeat until, okay? And what we're going to have it do is we're going to have it repeat moving 20 steps or 10 steps or however many steps you want it to. I think 20 steps is a little bit better because it's faster. Okay. And that's it. So theoretically, it should work right now. Except we don't have anything in here. So what is it that we want to put here? Well, we want to tell it to move until it does something, because if we don't tell it that, then it won't reload. So we've got two things we want to do. So let's first of all, we want it to say move until it senses the edge in case we miss, or we want it to move until it hits our target. And to make that work, we can't put both of these into this this slot here, so we're going to have to go up to operators, and we're going to go down here to or, either or, and slot that in next to repeat until, and then we can just drop each of these into place. Oops, right there. So let's see if it works. I'm going to hit stop and then play. Okay, now we don't see, the bullet should have gone right now to cannon 1, but let's just see what happens when we hit the up arrow. Okay, so it went to cannon, it didn't go, okay, so it didn't go to cannon 1 when clicked, but we're going to actually fix that. And notice it stops on the edge, that's a problem. So we're going to have to figure that out as well. But what we want to do, see how it's showing right here, and it was showing when we first started. So let's fix that. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to move this down. We're going to go up here to Control, when clicked, and we're going to go to Looks and say Hide It. So we don't want to show it. So we're going to click on Hide. But we do want it to show when it finally shoots. So before it shoots, we're going to want it to actually show. So we're going to go down here and say Show and move this underneath the 10 steps. And once it's finished shooting, we're going to say Hide. So let's just move this right here. Now let's try it again. Okay, so you notice it doesn't stick at the top anymore. But it also doesn't do anything when we hit our guy. Now, as I said, what we want to do is we also want it to come out of the other cannon. And that gets a little complicated, but let's just duplicate this and give it the name Bullet 2. So for this one we want to change it a little bit, so we're going to change it from, instead of the bullet going from cannon 1, it's going to go to cannon 2. Now this is bullet 2, not bullet 1, so it's going to go to cannon 2, which is this one. And instead of pointing in the direction of 90 degrees, well, let's just try what happens if we do that. So let's just hit play, and then, okay, see it's shooting off to the side here. So I tried different things, and the easiest thing to do to fix this, okay, if we see it's shooting in the wrong direction here, well, we could just reset this. But the problem is, even if we reset it, it's going to go, it's going to shoot no matter where we are. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go here to Sensing, and let's see, is it Sensing or is it Motion? There we go, it's Sensing. Okay, so we're going to come here, we're going to say it's going to point in the direction of cannon 2. So let's now put that where that 90 is. Oops. Drag and drop. Now let's see what happens. Okay. Now it's shooting, it's still shooting off the side of the cannon, but at least it's shooting in the right direction. So the easy fix for that one is just to go to the costumes. Oops, we're going to go back to cannon 2 here. Go to the costumes, and instead of having that that blue thing right there, we're just going to erase it. And just, I know this is not going to be that clean. Well, let's just do that purple again. And just put another circle there. There, that cleans it up a bit. And then, let's see, get a square, get the blue, and put it over here instead. Click OK. Now let's see what happens. Click play. There. And it shoots from the cannon. So if you want a moving cannon that rotates, that would be the code for that. And, well, for this bullet here. So it's a little bit different, a little more work, but not too much.